Hello, my Livy loves. Welcome back to a new Pick a Card reading where we are going to be looking at what your person is thinking of you today. So this is a timeless love reading. It's all about the day that you chose to watch this. So today, what are your person's true thoughts and feelings about you and this connection? So this could be your twin flame, your soulmate. The labels really don't matter. All that matters is the love that you feel and the result that you want. So if you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. V. I'm so happy to have you here. It's my absolute passion to bring you clarity and confidence as you move forward towards either a union with your person or a reunion if you have gone through some time of struggle or separation. So today I have three really beautiful options for you to choose from. They are animal spirit guides. So this is going to be quite lovely. I'm very excited to see which one you pick. So make sure that at the end of your reading, you do leave me a comment in the comment box below. Let me know what you thought. Oh, one thing I do want to say before I get into your options here is that I know many of you would like to have a personal reading with me. And if you'd like to do that, the link is in the box below. And I'm going to let you know to make sure that you check my readings page often, because I am always actually changing up the different types of readings that I do depending on my schedule. So it's always changing. So you never know when there will be a reading there or an opportunity there that resonates for you. So if you're interested, please do make sure that you check through that page often, right? So that you can see what works for you. And then we can absolutely go deep into your particular, very special and unique journey, because these are general readings. So be gentle with yourself. Not everything is going to resonate for you and your situation. All right. With that said, let's get into your option here. Group 1, the dragon. Discover your courage. So if you want to take a moment and take a deep breath and focus in on each of these, see which ones you feel most intuitively guided to, right? You can choose 1, 2, 3, or a combination of all three and take the messages as they resonate. So group number 2, dolphin. Don't worry, be happy. And group number 3, dragonfly. Live life to the fullest. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with group number 1, dragon. All right, my loves who chose group number 1, the dragon. Here is your reading on your twin flame soulmate beloved's thoughts of you today. What are they thinking and feeling about you and this connection today, right now? So we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot. So we have 4 tarot cards here. We have the Fool. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Wands. Wow, some very interesting energies coming through here. So let's get started with these energies. So first of all, I'm feeling your person is that they're going through a lot of internal conflict here right now, in terms of this connection, in terms of the way that they are thinking and feeling about you today. With this 5 of Wands energy, I feel like there's been things that have gone on here that's very, very deeply kind of psychological for them. I do feel that there may have been issues that have been external, as in not just issues between the two of you, but also things that have been going on in their external world. I feel that there have been some sort of failures or disappointments that your person has gone through in the recent past. That those kind of external issues have led to a very kind of deeply internal conflict for them. They've had issues with making decisions, okay? Making decisions about things. I feel like your person has, it's like there's been a disconnect between the results your person wants and the decisions that they're capable of making, or the decisions that they have made. So right now there's an energy here of a lot of regret when it comes to the decisions that they have made about you, this connection, as well as other decisions in their outside world. So this is why I feel like there's been a transition. There's been a turning of the tide from kind of dealing with outside and external energies into trying to figure out the rage, the conflict within. So with this 5 of Wands here, your person is now kind of turning their kind of magnifying glass away from other people or outside situations and turning that magnifying glass to within themselves. I feel like with this 3 of Pentacles energy, your person feels like they have been too susceptible to other people's opinions, that they kind of gave too much importance to the way people outside of this relationship were viewing your relationship, were giving their opinions about your relationship, may even be judging your relationship in some way. And so there's a lot of thoughts of regret and remorse, a lot of thoughts of internal struggles that have to do with this 3 of Pentacles and this 5 of Wands energy here. It's like, you know, they realize that they let kind of the whispers of other people get in the way of this relationship to a certain extent as well. And it's almost like also whispers from their own self, negative self-talk, negative opinions. I feel like this was something that they were, when they were in the moment of it, they weren't seeing the long-term consequences of it, right? Like they were just kind of going with the flow of that moment. But they weren't able to see that with this 8 of Wands energy, that it's going to bring you consequences faster than you think it is, right? Especially because if there is a struggle that is going on here, if there has been some sort of separation, if contact has been withdrawn, then it's like you are seeing the result of that. They are seeing that with this 8 of Wands energy, that this was actually a faster result. This consequence that came to them was a lot faster than they had foreseen. So it's kind of like they let things get out of their control. They let things kind of just get away with them. And so this is why I feel with this 5 of Wands, it's like whatever were those external struggles have now become deeply internal. They've become internalized. They've become very deeply psychological. And that is why I feel strongly that it's that microscope, it's that magnifying glass that often they would turn towards you that is now being turned towards them instead. Okay. And so I feel like in the ways in which you may have given them 1 chance, 2 chances, 3 chances, right? You gave them every chance you could. And you didn't put them under that kind of scrutiny, right? Like it's almost like they were putting you under that scrutiny. They were looking very closely at you. I feel like they realize now and they regret now how much they may have scrutinized and how much they may have like judged you in certain ways that were not fair at all to you. And again, I feel like that scrutiny or that judgment also came from this 3 of Pentacles energy, as in it may have been triggered by other people. It may have been other people whispering in your person's ear. For some of you, and this is not for everybody, I feel with this Three of Pentacles energy, there's also some sort of a lingering third party here. And I'm feeling that for some of you, there is an ex involved here that still has your person's ear, as in they're still whispering in your person's ear. It's kind of like that friendly ex thing, you know, like we're no longer together, but we're still friends. So there's something here. Again, that's just for some of you. That's not for everybody, but I'm getting a special message there that there's also this kind of like whispering in the ears coming from that ex energy, or like somebody who they were involved with before, but now they're like friends with. And that's also a bit of a poisonous energy that is coming through. So their thoughts of you today are very much about, wow, I put you under a microscope. I shouldn't have done that. I'm the one who judged you or scrutinized you so closely. I should not have done that. And I'm now kind of, you know, living the very quick and bad consequences of that with this Eight of Wands energy, right? I feel like whatever happened here has been very quick to kind of go south for your person. It's been very quick to go wrong for your person. And so we are looking at them wanting to somehow erase the past. Like there's this desire within them that they wish that they could erase what they've done. They wish they could like almost like get into a time machine, go back in time and change all of this, because they feel that they have kind of, to a certain extent with you, they've poisoned the waters, right? Like they've poisoned the well. They're afraid that they lost their chance with you, in the sense that now you look at them differently than the way you did before. And they don't know if they can ever get that initial perspective that you had of them back, right? Because I feel like initially you thought very, very highly of them. You thought they were fantastic, and they basked in that energy. Like they basked in your adoration. They were like, oh my gosh, he loves me, she loves me, you know, this is amazing. And then I feel like they fell in your sights, right? Because of all of this, they fell in your sights. And now it's like, they're like, well, I wish I could take it all back. I wish I could have a new beginning, a new road, a new path that we could both go on. But they are very much kicking themselves, because you can't do that, right? You can't just get into a time machine and go back and erase. They can't go back and erase the bad memories that you may have of them at this time because of this energy, right? So let's go deeper on what your person's thoughts of you are today. Let's go deeper. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Wow, see? What else can you tell us, Spirit? Wow, see? Wow. This is amazing. Amazing. So this person right now, I feel that you may not have known this about them. This may be something very new and shocking to you, because I feel like you may not have known to what degree or how much depth of emotion this person had for you. Okay, they have a lot. They have a lot of emotion for you. I feel like they may have even been making plans for this connection that they did not fully share with you. I mean, this was something that I feel that they were maybe dreaming about, fantasizing about, playing the what if game, you know, like what if we got married? What if we lived together? What if we started a new life together? What would that look like? I feel like they didn't quite tell you that. They didn't quite fully express to you that they were thinking this deeply. I think they were kind of biding their time. They were waiting until they felt that it was safe, until they felt that they were ready to tell you that they think of you as their true love. Wow. See? This love is a once in a lifetime love. So I feel that you did not know the extent of how they felt. I don't think that they yet told you this. And I think that things may have gotten rough between the two of you before they could open up about this. And so I feel that very much so they were considering what would it actually be like to be married to you or to be in a committed relationship with you. I think this is something they were starting to let themselves fantasize about or let themselves imagine, okay, what would life be like? How would I feel? Would I be able to make you happy? Would we be happy together? These were the thoughts that were running through their mind then and are still running through their mind now. But there is definitely an issue here of trust. There's an issue here of trust being lost between the two of you. Whatever happened here, right, with this Five of Wands, this internal and external conflict, there's some sort of a loss of trust that has happened. See, you have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. So I feel like one of the things that they are wanting right now is, how can this trust be regained? How can they, look at themselves and look at the situation again under that kind of microscope that they may have put you under, but now they're looking at themselves and asking themselves, well, how did the trust go away in this relationship? Where did the trust go? Why did it go? And how do we get that back? So there's definitely an issue here, or an energy here of them wanting to reach this destination with you, wanting to walk down this path. Your light is shining brightly, right? And look, we're getting this pathway to the destination in the same way that we're getting the Fool wanting to go down a new path here, wanting to start all over, wishing that you could be on that path with them together, right? And trying to figure out if this is possible. I mean, is it possible at this time? Can this be renewed? So let's take a look at what would they actually say. My heart keeps coming back to you even though I know you've lost faith in me. So very much so with the trust right here, right? There's definitely some sort of an issue here of faith, right? Lack of faith, lack of trust, broken hearts and dreams, right? I'm getting an energy here that there's definitely a loss, okay? A loss with a lot of sadness. I still feel your energy around me. I never believed in these things before, I do now, okay? So they still feel your presence, right? They still feel your presence. Even if there has been a separation, see, I still feel deeply connected to you, but I won't admit it. So for some of you, there is definitely an issue here of ego. And so I feel, and this is for some of you, not for everybody, but I do feel that, there may be some sort of an impasse that has also happened here, where if there has been this Five of Wands energy, if there has been this, conflict where you just have not been able to find a resolution, right? Where egos may be involved. For some of you, I feel like there may be an impasse. Like you're saying, I won't talk to you unless you talk to me first. And they're saying, well, I won't talk to you unless you talk to me first. So for some of you, there's definitely an impasse that is going to have to be broken here, right? There's going to have to be some movement from somebody. Now, I'm not saying that somebody should be you. You have to go in deep into your own heart and soul to see if you feel guided towards that, right? But for some of you, it may be that struggle, right? So what else is your person's thoughts of you today? Yeah. So, yeah. See, they're feeling very much out in the cold right now. Okay, we're getting winter's energy. We're getting hidden path here. And we're getting outcome. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is that your person is going to seek some sort of a resolution, or at least they want to. They want to seek an outcome, because we're getting this Eight of Wands along with outcome and results. Absolutely. I think there's going to be a time coming soon here where there's going to be an outcome, where you guys aren't going to want to just kind of sit fuming in your corners. You know, you're getting to the point where you are feeling like there is something that needs to come out. Communication, right? You've been holding on to your thoughts for far too long. You've been holding your thoughts in for far too long. So it's time for this communication to come in, because you both want some sort of a resolution here. You don't want this hanging in the air anymore. You want to clear the air, because it's definitely getting stuffy here. You know, like the air is stuffy. You guys need to clear the air. You need a breath of fresh air. This person also wants to come out of the cold. Like they feel like they've been really, like, you know, really kind of suffering out there alone, scared, you know, feeling like they have lost you. So there's a definite kind of like freeze. But I also feel that this freeze also represents the fact that there's, you know, not very little communication. So the more you freeze each other out, the more difficult also it is going to be, right? The more you're going to want to start opening up that communication again. And so I feel like the path has definitely been hidden. They're looking for a path. Okay, and it's going to have to require people getting over their egos here, right? Like saying, okay, if I want an outcome, I got to be willing to make the effort. So there's been a detour, there's been a slowdown definitely in this connection, but now it is coming back around for a particular outcome. And that is going to depend on what it is that the two of you want to do next. Can you bring those walls down? Can you talk about this? Can you find a resolution? So let me know what you thought of your reading in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you do subscribe, like, and share. Give this video a thumbs up. It means so much to me. Thank you for being here. I love you all, and I'll see you all on the next video. All right, my beautiful group 2 who chose the dolphin, here is your reading. We're going to start with your tarot, and we're going to look at what your person's thoughts are of you today, right now. Whoa, look at that. First card to get, 10 of Pentacles. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Oh my God, 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. And the King of Wands. Wow, so we have some very interesting Pentacles and Wands energies coming through here right from the beginning. So there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of disconnect coming through here between what your person truly wants or where they want to go versus where they're at right now. So I feel like the pain that is coming through here, because I do feel an energy of pain that is coming through in terms of how they think about you today. Okay, there's a lot of pain, an energy of pain, an energy of dreams that feel like they've been lost. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's been some sort of a separation that has gone on here, some sort of ending. Some of you, it is not a definitive ending, but it is some sort of a deep struggle that is causing a lot of pain. And what's interesting here, though, is that I feel like both of you are feeling a lot of pain, but neither of you are letting it show. Okay, this is the energy that I'm getting. I feel like there's a mirroring energy that is happening here where both of you are very sad, are struggling emotionally, struggling to deal with this separation, or struggling to deal with things not going in this relationship, in this connection, the way you had wanted them to go, the way that you had dreamed or planned them to go. But what's interesting here, what I find really fascinating here, is that the level of sadness, the level of loss that you both are experiencing here is pretty equivalent. And yet, I don't think either of you are aware of the other. As in, you may think that your person doesn't care or they have moved on because maybe you saw them on social media, maybe you heard from their friends, maybe, you know, they seem like they put up a really good front of being normal. And that may be hurting you even more, but they're not normal. Okay, they may be even going through the motions. This is the other energy that's coming through. It's almost like they may even be going through the motions of showing the world that they've moved on. Okay, that they are moving on from this connection. But I feel like internally, they have not moved on. They're almost like forcing themselves to do things publicly in order to make some sort of a point to people. But it's also a form of hiding the fact that inside they have not moved on. Okay, they're hiding the fact that in their heart, in their soul, they are really struggling to move on. So there's a big discrepancy between the face that they are showing to the world versus how they are truly feeling. And that is why we're getting this combination here. And it's interesting because with this Five of Pentacles, it's like this is what they are truly feeling. And I feel like with this mirroring energy, it may be that you are as well, that you both are feeling this Five of Pentacles, as in you both are feeling like things have blown up in your face. You are, you know, definitely depressed, as in depressed in the sense that you feel so down because you're missing each other, you want to be together, you felt like there was no reason why you shouldn't be together, you really wanted things to work out, but yet here you are. Okay, despite all your best efforts, here you are. And this is why it feels so painful, because you're like, you know what, I gave everything to this. I did everything I could. I gave this my all. I am now exhausted. All my resources have been spent mentally, emotionally, physically. And still, it didn't work out. Still, really, universe? You know? We've all been there, right? So, that is why I feel like there is that disconnect between what your person is truly thinking of you today versus what kind of an image they're trying to portray to the outside world. And I feel like what they really feel is this Five of Pentacles. The image they're trying to display is this King of Wands energy. Okay, so what they're trying to show to the world, and maybe to you too, in their kind of little bit of this hurt, pride, selfish energy is, I've got it all figured out. I'm just doing just fine. Look at me. I'm smart. I'm successful. I'm making my way in the world. I know what I'm doing. I know how to like pick up the pieces and move on. I'm going to be just fine. I don't care anymore. You know, like all that energy, like, you know, the bravado side of the King of Wands is what they are trying to show to the world. But inside, they are feeling the pain of this Five of Pentacles. Why? Because look at this. This 10 of Pentacles and this 6 of Wands. And I find that this, in this deck, this is really interesting because this image is what I would expect out of the 4 of Wands, not the 6, right? To me, this image is very much a 4 of Wands image, but we'll go with it. On this deck, we'll go with what it is showing visually, which is the energy of marriage or celebration of commitment to a partnership that is real. And this Six of Wands, with the way it's depicted here visually, definitely takes us into the future energies of this Ten of Pentacles, which is like, this is the beginning and you're leading up to this, right? You're leading up to building a solid life together, knowing that you had what it takes, that you had the desire, the connection, the love, the stability. You had everything that you wanted in being able to have this full Ten of Pentacles picture. But the thing about the Ten of Pentacles, though, is that it is very real, okay? It is definitely about the responsibilities of everyday normal life. That's the thing about the Ten of Pentacles. This is the card of not of rainbows and perfect honeymoons and great vacations, you know, and like living through fantasy. It's about, okay, the day-to-day drudgery of reality, right? Like jobs, kids, bills, parents, toxic people around, right? Like, you know, co-workers, bosses. So there's definitely an energy here of your person, their thoughts of you, that they felt that, you know what, you could have been this person. Like this, you are the person that they would have trusted to take that kind of step with. They would have wanted to trust to build this kind of real relationship with in the real world, in real life. And so that is why there's such a deep energy of pain here in their thoughts of you today. So let's take a look at what else is going on. What else are they thinking in their thoughts of you today? Yeah, so there's something here. I feel for many of you, things have maybe been quite difficult in this connection. You feel like, and they feel like, almost like to a certain extent, they have felt hopeless. You have felt hopeless. Like, is this ever going to work out? Can we ever make this work? Is this ever going to actually come together the way that we want it to? I feel like both of you may have even gotten to the point where you felt like, wow, if this works out, it's going to be a real miracle here, right? It's going to be a big miracle if this works out. But you know what? I feel like your person, they're really wanting to believe that no matter how difficult this may have been, no matter what challenges you may have gone through, no matter what you are even hiding from one another right now, and I do feel like there is hiding going on here, hiding of your true feelings, because you don't want the other to know how much you're hurting, right? I feel like beneath all of that, your person really does want to believe that it is still possible. See, miracles and blessings, everything has its gift. They haven't lost faith. They haven't become totally hopeless, not quite yet. And they haven't completely moved on either. There's some little kernel, some little hint of hope that your person still has, that this could work, that you could somehow find your way back to one another. Because, you know, it's interesting. Life can be quite unpredictable in its twists and turns. And I'm really feeling that this particular connection here that is coming through is one of twists and turns. This is not a straight, your path from point A to point B is a straight line. That's not what this relationship is. This is definitely a curvy path. This is definitely a path that has twists and turns that are associated with it. So I feel like both of you are going to have to decide, are these the kinds of twists and turns that you really want to take? Is it worth it to you to take these twists or turns, or would you rather move on and be with somebody who it is as simple as the path from A to B is a straight line? And that to me is such a deep question, right? That is, to me, is such a deeply personal question and such a deeply personal and spiritual decision, because it really does have to do with the calling of our own individual soul. Like, what is our soul's path? What is this journey that we are on? And how do we want this journey to look? How do we want to be treated? How do we wish to treat others? What do we want this Ten of Pentacles to look like? What is our vision for our life? And your person here, do they share that same vision? Do you both want the same things? When you think of having this life together, this Ten of Pentacles life, do you have the same vision? What does your perfect day look like versus what does their perfect day look like? And when I say perfect, I mean a good day, a great day with each other, with your partner, living together, if that's what you'd like, having a real relationship, building a life together. What would a great day look like for you and for them? So this is why I feel like in terms of their thoughts of you today, they want to believe that you both can be on the same path, that it is possible still, even though it may seem like everything's against you, right? Like it may seem like, oh, this is like the last shot in the dark here. You know, you may have both even been in some form of separation for a while where you've become kind of very individual. You've kind of been on your own for a while. You've had some time to think things over. You've been, you know, in solitude. You've been focusing on your individual needs. And maybe through that process, you're gaining clarity on what you want as a couple, what your couple needs are. But there is still some sort of hope here that your person is carrying in their thoughts about you today. And I feel that this is a special message for those of you who have friends in common where, you know, is there some sort of support that both of you can look to help bridge this gap? If you both feel like you want to talk again, you want to resolve this, you want to kind of drop these, maybe these covers that you've been hiding under, like, you know, drop these kind of facades of like, oh yeah, I'm fine, everything's great, everything's fine, I've moved on. Are there friends that can talk to each of you saying, yeah, I know you, I know them, I know you both still love each other, come on, let's cut the crap here. This could be helpful if you have this. All right, so let's see what else would they say to you here. What else is part of their thoughts of you today? Yeah, see, when times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. Okay, yeah, I can see that with this energy right here. I feel like I abandoned you and myself when we broke up. I want to reconcile. See? Yeah. So this to me is very much in this energy here, where your person, even though they may be acting like they have moved on, they're really just masking their pain, and they still have a belief that it is possible, that miracles are possible if you choose this path. Time passes by. Oh, time passes, but my feelings don't change. See? Even though you no longer trust me with your heart. Yeah. So see, this is again, wow, Spirit, thank you. You see how much in alignment this is with this idea that, hey, I'm showing something to the world that I'm all fine. Time has passed by, I'm fine. But no, the feelings have not changed here. The feelings have definitely not changed. So what else about their thoughts of you today? Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, interesting. So there's something here that's going to have to be resolved, you guys, because look, you're getting you're getting runner and chaser. Okay, you're getting runner and chaser both. So, and there's a split energy here. So, see, so I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that you guys are going to have to at some point come to a decision, because you both may be acting like you've moved on, but you really haven't. You may be putting up that bravado, that brave face, You may be doing it, they may be doing it. You know, you may be running, you know, you may have actually gone through these cycles, runner and chaser, both of you, because there has been a split energy here. There's been something here that has been inconsistent, that has caused whatever this rift is right now. So there is definitely a resolution here that needs to take place, because I don't think that either of you have given up fully on the other. So now you're going to have to decide, do you want to come out of this split energy? It's time. It's time to get out of this energy. I feel like your person, you're still on their mind. Like they're still thinking of you in these terms. So something's going to have to give here, okay? There's going to have to be somebody here. And again, that's why I feel like maybe this came through here as maybe some way to bridge the gap between this runner chaser and this split energy here. Is there something that you guys can do to get the communication flowing again, to come out of this split energy, to make a final decision and stop pretending, okay? Because you still love each other. It's clear here that you still love each other. So let me know what you thought of this reading in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I've created for all of you, the links are also in the box below. Thank you so much for being here, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. It means so much to me. I love you, and I'll see you all on the next video. All right, my beautiful group 3 who chose the dragonfly, here is your reading about your person's thoughts and feelings about you today. So we're going to start with your tarot. First card is the 5 of Swords. Second card is the Queen of Wands. Then we have the World. And we have, wow, the 7 of Swords. All right, so definitely heavier energies coming through here. And what I find interesting, guys, here is we have the Queen of Wands and the World flanked here by this 5 and 7 of Swords. So I feel that there are many lessons here that needed to be learned by your person for sure. There's issues here. The fact that they have these issues when it comes to the way they think and process what goes on in their life. That's where I feel the struggle has been. I do feel that for many of you, there is a sense of an ending here with that World card. Okay, there's been some form of an ending here. But whatever that ending or struggle has been, I feel that there are a lot of lingering thoughts and questions in your mind as well as in their mind. So there's definitely been secrets that have been kept here. There's a lot of energy coming through about secrets. And for some of you, I also feel that there's been lies. It's like a secrets and lies kind of a situation. Now, so oftentimes when we have issues of dishonesty, lack of integrity, it's not always lies that were told to you, although it could be. But sometimes it's also about the lies that we tell ourselves about why we are thinking a certain way or why we are behaving a certain way. So I'm feeling that in terms of your person's thoughts about you today, there's almost a bit of a bravado again coming through here, but it's coming through with the sense of knowing that you are putting up some sort of a front that's very egotistical, but somehow like you can't help yourself. You're doing it anyway. So I do feel that there's a sense of self-understanding that your person has here. If you feel that they have been very arrogant, because with this 5 of Swords energy, I do feel that there is an arrogance here that is coming out. Your person has been arrogant They've been opinionated. They've tried to make you feel that their interpretation of your relationship or your connection, or their understanding of what has happened here, especially if there's been an ending, their understanding is superior to your own, as in they know what's truly going on and you don't, or the way they see it is what is right versus the way you see it is wrong. And that's a problem with this Five of Swords. Okay, that's a real problem. But what's interesting here is, again, I feel like this is a front that your person is putting up. Inside, they really do know that what they're doing. Like, they do know that this is about their ego, that this is about their pride, that, you know, nothing is exactly as it seems. For me, the Seven of Swords is also that energy, that things are not exactly the way they seem. There's something more to the situation. There's something hiding underneath the veil of secrecy here. There's a veil here of lack of communication or being secretive that is coming through. I feel like there are things going on here, things that your person is thinking, things that they may even be doing with this Queen of Wands energy that is not actively known, that is not out there in the world. Okay, it's kind of behind the curtain. I'm getting this energy, it's strange, of like the Wizard of Oz. You know how the wizard is behind a curtain, right? Operating in secrecy. And it's like the wizard puts up a particular front that they want the world to see because they have their own interests at heart. There's something there that the wizard has their his or her own interest about. It's almost like they are wanting to be in control of their image. They want you to see them. They want the world to see them in the way that they decide. It's almost like they have this need to control what is people's image of them. How do people see this person? What do they think of them? The reputation aspect of it is important to this person. And so you may have felt throughout this connection that maybe they weren't being exactly who they are because they want to be in control of that image. They want to present to you a particular image that may not be exactly who they are. And it's not that they were a complete imposter. No, I'm not getting the energy that they were a complete imposter, like they were kind of fabricating a whole new persona for you. No, I don't think that is the case. But I do feel that your person has certain things about them that they are not proud of. Okay, there's certain things, some sort of a darkness within them, and we all have this, right? We all have traits that we're not proud of. We're all human, you know, we're not perfect. None of us are. But I do feel that your person is more sensitive about these traits than maybe other people are. Like, you know how there are certain people out there who are like, I'm going to tell it as it is. I am exactly who I say I am. I am an open book. You know, I'm transparent. I'm authentic. I'm going to lay it all down on the line, you know, take it or leave it. Either you will like me or you will not like me. This person is not like that. They're more sensitive about certain parts of themselves and certain parts of their lives that it's going to take a lot for them to open up that side of themselves. And that is why I feel that they're being flanked here, because they are coming through with this Queen of Wands energy. So there is definitely something about this person that's very dynamic, right? They can be very bold. They can be very opinionated. They can be very much a risk taker. They can seem like they have all the cards on the table. Pun not intended there. They can seem like they have all of their cards on the table, but not necessarily so. They can make you seem like, with the Seven of Swords, like they do have all their cards on the table, when in actuality they really do not. Why? Because of this Five of Swords. Because there's something that they want to protect. There's some aspect of them that they don't really want the world to see or to know about. And so this is kind of the wall that I feel that you both have kind of come up against or banged up against here. So in terms of their thoughts of you today, they have become very aware of the fact that if they want to heal whatever has happened here, and something has definitely happened here that's going to require some sort of a healing process, if they want to heal it, they're going to have to figure out how to come out of this Five of Swords and Seven of Swords energy, because they're not going to be able to just keep hiding those parts of themselves. They're going to have to reveal them to you if they want to heal this. So what else? Yeah, see, oh my gosh, thank you, Spirit. Look at that, we're getting the willingness card. Yeah. What else are they thinking of you today? Look at that, ask for help. Wow. See, this is so interesting, miracles, because I feel like this is this is exactly why they have retreated. Wow. They have right now a real struggle, a real inability to ask for help. Okay, if they are struggling, if they don't know what to do, they don't know how to be clear with you, they don't know how to reveal these shadowy sides of themselves that they feel very, very self-conscious about. This is why they're in that Seven of Swords. They're hiding, right? The energy of being secretive, the energy of hiding. Why? Because they don't know how to ask for help. See, what is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support that you need. And what I find interesting is I usually don't do reversals on this deck, but it's interesting how, unbeknownst to me, this came out in reverse, if you notice that initially. And I was like, oh, well, that was just a mistake. Usually I don't do reversals in this deck. But actually, it makes perfect sense that it actually did come up as a reversal, because this person has a hard time asking for help. So whatever so I'm going to keep it in reverse because that is the truth here. So whatever they have been going through that they're being secretive about with the Seven of Swords energy, they're hiding something because of this Five of Swords, this ego, this pride, this, lessons that need to be learned that I am not learning. They are not learning because their pride is too great, but lessons that need to be learned, because again, Five of Swords also represents negative patterns of thought that are keeping us tied to our ego, that are keeping us diminished and limited, that are really actually blocking our true inner growth. So this is why, again, I feel like your person is kind of flanked on both sides here with the Five and the Seven of Swords, right? It's like they need to come out of this. It's a blocking from each side kind of energy. And that is why they have been in retreat. That is why they have acted very disconnected, right? And I'm sure you have felt this. And that is why you've probably also felt, why are they so unwilling, right? Where is the willingness here? If they want to be with me, if we love each other, why are they not willing to come out of that shell? Why are they not willing to share their truth with me? So that's why I feel like in their thoughts of you today, they're understanding this as well, that, it's time to ask for help. It's time to be willing, or else lose you altogether, because we already have the World here. So we already have some sort of a break, some sort of break in contact here, some sort of connection that has been broken or stalled at this time, because of your person's need to control their image to the world and to you. So this is why there's an energy here of them feeling like, well, it's going to take a miracle, right? Expect the wondrous to emerge. It's going to take a miracle for me to come out of this energy, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to be willing. I'm going to have to be willing to ask for help, or else they've realized that they may just lose you permanently, right? So what would they say here? What other thoughts of you do they have, and how would they share those thoughts? Through words. See, I'm resisting My desire for you, because it's too late now. We've grown apart and you've moved on. Okay, so again, this is a very heavy energy. And with this World card, I wouldn't be surprised if there has been some sort of deep separation here for some of you. And you may have actually moved on because you may have felt that this person is never going to come out of their shell. Like they're never going to show you who they really are. So I feel like for some of you, this is not for everybody. They still want you. They still want to be with you. They have this desire for you, but they're feeling hopeless. They're feeling like maybe they have seen from some indication from you that you are moving on or that you have moved on. And so now they're like in that position of, what do I do? It's definitely going to take a miracle. I'm working on myself so I can give you the love and relationship you deserve. Okay, so this is good. For those of you who, your person has not given up hope, or is not, or is trying to step into this energy of miracles, like, I'm not going to let this go. I want to be with you. I want to deal with my issues here. They are working on getting themselves out of that 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords energy. So that's a very good thing. Very good thing. I'm trying to move on, but thoughts of you still linger and I can't control them. Okay, so interesting, right? So for some of you, I am feeling that this was quite challenging. This was very sad, very heartbreaking, very challenging, this relationship. And yes, you may have said, you know what, you're too difficult. You don't know what you want. You may have told this person, you're not being clear. You're not being transparent. You're not being authentic. I can't deal with your secrets anymore. You're not clearly telling me what is it that you want. So for 2 groups here, I feel like there's been a definite energy of moving on, okay? But your person is struggling. They're struggling to move on. They don't want to move on. So there's this energy there of them not wanting that, even though they're so much in their heads with that secretive energy. So what else about their thoughts of you today? What else can Spirit tell us? Yeah, see? So this is because, right, up until now, I feel that your person was definitely in that state of being unawakened, when we are keeping ourselves in an unawakened state, of course, we are going to struggle with Swords energy. We're going to be in our heads a lot with that 5 and 7 of Swords. It's almost like there's some sort of an investment in fear. There's an investment in being unawakened, because then we don't have to face our fears. We don't have to face ourselves. We can just put out a persona of ourselves there so that we don't have to put our real selves out there to be hurt. Right? So your person, they have definitely kind of been in an unawakened energy. But what I'm loving about these 2 cards that are coming up here is that they're definitely trying to come out of it with this free will and receive, right? They're now trying to use their power of choice, their power of free will to receive this connection in a different way than the way that they have tried to receive it before, because I do feel that before they were trying to receive it almost kind of like with closed hands. Like if you close your hands, how can you receive the abundance that is here, the abundance of love, connection, So I feel like they are preparing themselves. They are trying to bring down that 5 and 7 of Swords energy. They're realizing that if they want you back, if they want to reconnect with you, they're going to have to be more authentic. They're going to have to come clean. They're going to have to show you their real self. They're going to have to reveal those secrets. So I do feel that it is something that they're going to have to enact their free will, their free choice in order to do this. But they have come or are coming to the realization as they have retreated, right? As they have looked inside. They have come to this realization that, they can't just do this alone. They have to ask for help. They have to use their power of choice to ask for help, to look upon you as their partner, somebody they can trust, somebody who will have their back if they were to reveal themselves, right? So there's a beautiful energy here of receiving that is definitely coming through here. So let me know what you thought of your reading in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are also in the box below. If you haven't already, please do make sure that you subscribe, like, and share this video. It means so much to me. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all on the next video.